Good afternoon. Thank you for the introduction. And my name is Sarel, and I'm Director of Technology at VERINT Systems. And today's presentations will be around the insights that we have acquired during our many years in the lawful interception market, data retention, and so on, and various security intelligence systems. So our insights comes from the experience in dealing with our systems, and we will start with a short exposition, just one slider on what type of systems we provide for related security markets. So for communication service providers, operators, we provide lawful interception mediation devices. These devices are connected to the network elements, such as switches, acquire through the interception the data about a target, and transform them and deliver them towards the law enforcement agency when necessary. Such systems deal with data retention and warrant management as well. For law enforcement agencies, we provide lawful interception monitoring centers, which are the other side of the equation, information which is transferred from the operators towards the law enforcement agencies. Such systems deal with the target's information coming from the operators, may they be voice, fax, data, and so on, in real time, providing, excuse me for the offset of the characters translated from PPTX format to PPT, and something was lost on the way, so my apologies. So various investigation tools and data retention analysis for the benefit of the law enforcement agencies. And finally, for law enforcement agencies and other government agencies, we provide intelligence analysis tools which deal with link analysis, open source analysis, location information, text analysis, and so on, and other tools which are based, again my apologies, on the intercepted data and of the historical data coming from data retention. So this is a small part of the portfolio which deals with an entire market, and this is where our insights come from. A brief exposition of some of our customers in the Iberian Peninsula, so you can see around some of the major customers. And on we go to deal with privacy and other aspects and concerns within data retention. So as already have been mentioned by other colleagues on the podium here, the EU have enacted the Data Retention Directive in 2006, which basically deals with telephony and internet services with a strict provision of having no content kept for any period of time. And the directive has required the entire set of 27 members in the EU to comply with local legislation. As current, more than half have already passed legislation or are in the process of doing so. And as of current July, this has been done also in Portugal. So without going into the data retention, because others have already mentioned it, let's look at some of the privacy risk or angles, concerns which have been raised in the public in a short way. So we have large repositories of data, and one of the concerns is that because of this, some of this might get lost on the way somehow. As much as you have, as more data as you have, the riskier it is to keep it, and it can get into the hands of some bad guys. LEAs, unfortunately, might abuse the information, extract too much for beyond what is needed or allowed by the regulation or current law. And on top of that, the operators themselves may use and harbor the information for various behavioral studies and basically have privacy infringements of all sorts on the customer's information. However, the information from the databases of the operators to the law enforcement agency must arrive. So let's take a look at that. Within the handover of information, if we go the classical way, then there are a number of potential risks. First of all, that nice lady over here may be somehow connected, influenced, or be the bad guy itself. So it's very hard to trust her. Or inadvertently, information could be somehow injected or put into the process, arriving at a law enforcement agency and actually mingling with real data. Or data could be lost unintentionally or intentionally. So I think everybody agrees that the old way of transferring information through paperwork, magnetic media, optical disc, and so on is long overdue. Enter electronic interfaces. These are not new. Basically, having computers on both sides and then secure connection, we get rid of the paperwork, of the papers actually of transferring information, any magnetic media, optical disc, and so on, and we have everything and anything on the wire, secured on both sides. The question is it really enough? Is it adequate enough? So we have secured the site-to-site connection level with very sophisticated algorithms, but what about the persons on each and every side of the connection? So both of them, or one of them, could be somehow wrongly affiliated. So to see how this is dealt with, especially in the focus of the data retention electronic interface work, let's go to the work done by ETSI, the European Telecommunications Standards Organization, which have just recently published this standard, which is the Retained Data Handover Interface, RDHI. Has a specific number, technical specification 102657, which has been recently published after 2.5 years of work and deals with all aspects of electronic transfer of data between communication service providers, operators, and law enforcement agencies. So let's take a brief look into the main aspects of this standard. First of all, the interfaces. So it defines HIA, which is a bidirectional interface between the law enforcement agency and the operator, by which the law enforcement agency requires from the operator the relevant data, and the operator can acknowledge the receipt of the requirement. And HIB, which is the actual interface for transferring the bulk data from the operator towards the law enforcement agency. In addition, the interface enables a variety of information queries and deals, and we will see it shortly with security issues, and also specifies formats for delivering the data, for example, XML over HTTP and others as well. This retained data handover interface actually has two